Hello, my name is Gerry. I write and illustrate books for children. This is a brand new book, Puffling and the Egg, which I've illustrated. It's written by Erika McGann. Here we see Puffling on the cover. I've made another video of drawing Puffling and then some other videos of the other characters. In this video we are going to draw a cormorant, a big black seabird with a green eye, and her feathers as well. We can put in some of these details too. Here she is on the back cover, peeking her head in, looking at Puffling with her egg. Okay, so this is going to be good fun, pretty easy. If you'd like to get your markers, pencils ready on a piece of paper going this way. And before we start, I'll just say if you hear noises in the background, my apologies, because there is building happening just right across the road, so it's quite noisy here today. Okay, now we're going to start off with the cormorant's eye. She'll be looking straight down at an egg down here. So we'll put in a circle for her eye. Nice round eye. And she's going to be staring right down at this egg, which is just rolled over. Next thing, we'll put in her head. So a curvy shape, up, 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 and then coming back down, down to her neck, which is a long neck. And keep going, and then curve a little bit, and we'll stop about there. Like her body is going to be here, but for now we're just going to concentrate around her head. So the next thing is a beak. She has quite a sharp beak. I'm going to put in a line at an angle here, and then a little hook at the end, like that, a little curve. So they use their hook to catch fish. These birds are great for swimming under the water and catching their fish. Maybe you've seen a cormorant. Maybe you've seen their black head popping up in the sea or even in a river. Now I live in Dublin City, and in the river Liffey I've seen cormorants. That's such a nice surprise. So I've just put in a couple of lines there to close her beak, and then we'll put a line down the middle, straight down to the point. Okay, so we'll finish her head, put in her neck. Underneath, a line will be going to about here, stop there. And on her head, if we just take another quick look, she has a yellowy skin. So we'll put in this line to show where her skin is. So it's going to just curve up and a bit of a wavy line like this, down like that. Okay, now the next thing, we'll put in a wing. So she has her wing here. So quite a big shape. It would be straight, a line at an angle, going up to join to there, curve around, going back in, up to about there. So that is her wing. We could put in some details as well on the wing. So what I like to do is show some of the feathers with a curvy line like this. Curve for each one. So there's a little row of feathers. Put in another row of feathers with a curve for each one. You see, I'm curving around and then joining up with the one above in the middle. To the middle. So I'm just going to speed up the camera for a sec as I finish these. Okay, so I've put in a few rows of these curvy shapes for the feathers. Then we can put in some longer feathers at the tip of this wing with lines like this. Okay, right, so that's quite a bit of detail there. Okay, so the next thing we will put in some little ruffled feathers at the end of this wing. Put in the line like this at an angle, and then another at an angle, and then we're going to zigzag this time. no curves, zigzag between two. Okay? Now let's get onto her body. So we're going to curve around down to her feet, down to her legs. So go back to this line from the neck and curve straight down and then stop about there. Okay? And then we're going to start to put in her legs. So down and then across and up a little bit. So this is where her foot will join up with her leg here. And then we do that again, down and across. You don't really have to go up a bit because it's behind the first leg. Okay? So the next thing we'll put in her feet. So, well, two short legs to start with, which look like straws. That's one, and that's the other one. Okay, so then for her feet, we're going to put in a dot over here. This is what I do when I draw the puffins. Join the dots. Put a dot either side of this leg and one in the middle, and then with curvy lines we're going to go around to show that they're webbed feet. As a seabird, she has webbed feet. So do ducks, so do puffins, so do geese, so do swans. They're all in the water. So she has 3 toes there, and we probably one at the back. Put a line here in the middle to give it a bit more of a 3D look. Now the other foot will be behind this one, so we wouldn't see all of it. We'll just have a little line there and then curving around, and then imagine that there's a toe here and join the dots again, join to there and join to there, and then line like that. Okay, so she's standing on her 2 webbed feet. Now we're nearly there. Just finish by joining back up to these fluffy tail feathers. Now she has more feathers than this. She has a longer set of feathers coming out of her tail. So we're going to have an angle, a line at an angle coming down, and then on the top as well. Okay, and we're going to do what we did here. We're going to do a zigzag. Zigzag, 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 up and down, up and down. Okay, very nice. So now we can just continue these with a line like that. These are longer feathers. Now these birds, they're always in the water, but their feathers are not too great, seemingly. So when they come out, I mean, they're not too great as in they're not really that waterproof, not like the puffins or ducks. So when they come out, they like to try and dry off their feathers by standing on a rock. I'll just show you here. In the book, there's a picture of cormorant here standing on a rock, drying out her feathers by holding them wide open. So that's what they need to do. Okay, now she's looking at an egg. So this egg, which is in the story, has rolled down from somewhere. Put in an egg there. She's wondering, where did this come from? Because she has her own. She has 3 of her own over here in the story. There's one. And these birds will often be right beside the sea, on the rocks. They might have a few scraps of seaweed for their nest. You can put in a nest as well if you like to draw. I'm just going to put in a line to show that she's on a rocky background, a jaggedy line of rocks going up there, and she could show that she's beside the sea by putting in a wavy line. Let's see. This is the sea, and there are other birds flying all around, also looking for fish. So if you'd like to share your drawing, you could ask a grown-up to add on the hashtag Puffling and the Egg. Okay, well done. Bye.